Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Arun Ulag. I run the Power BI engineering team in Redmond. I'm joined today by Amir Nets and several of our colleagues here from the Power BI team. Really excited to be here at Ignite to share with you some of the cool things going on with Power BI, talk to you about where we're going, and show you some really fascinating demos. So let's get started. So for those of you guys who know Power BI, you know Power BI is all about experiencing your data. You can pretty much get data from any source, on-premise or in the cloud. You can get it to the shape that you want to see it in by using Power Query to prepare your data, and then you can consume it any which way you want, whether it's your PC, whether it's your mobile device, whether you want to embed Power BI into your application, or you want to use mixed reality with HoloLens. Power BI supports all of these capabilities. Right? Now, we launched Power BI about 3 years ago, and something amazing is going on with Power BI. You know, the growth of Power BI over the last 3 years has been absolutely stunning. If you look at Power BI as a global scale cloud service today we have over 20 million data models loaded to the Power BI service. Every single day, customers upload 30,000 data models more. Over 10 petabytes of data are uploaded to Power BI every month. Power BI typically processes about 9 million queries an hour, right? So a phenomenal global scale cloud service growing very quickly. But if you look behind the numbers, it's, a lot of it is driven by our community. The fact that we ship Power BI Desktop every single month, the fact that we ship the Power BI service every single week, and we focus on the features that our customers care about on ideas.powerbi.com has really got the community energized. So today we have over 700,000 members on the Power BI community that contribute actively on community.powerbi.com. Over 200 Power BI user groups around the world. So if you're part of a Power BI user group, thank you. If you're not, please consider joining one or potentially starting one. We've also gotten a ton of traction with our partner ecosystem. So a lot of our SQL Server partners, many of our Office partners have jumped onto Power BI. We have over 350 solutions from these partners posted up on Power BI today, and you can take any of those solutions out for a test drive. We also have thousands of partners that build, deploy, and drive customer solutions every single day. Right? So something amazing is going on with Power BI, and we think about what's driving this. It's really because Power BI helps our customers drive a data culture, right? Where every single employee is making decisions based on facts, not opinions. Right? So we see that at Microsoft today. Microsoft has about 120,000 employees. Well over 95,000 of our employees use Power BI every single month, right? So it's truly the way employees at Microsoft work with data. But it's not just Microsoft. This is exactly what our customers are going through as well. And if we think about what in Power BI drives this transformation, helps you go back to your organizations and drive a data culture, there are 3 areas of investment, 3 areas that Power BI really focuses on to make sure that you can drive a data culture in your organization. The first is what we refer to as our 5x5 principle, right? So 5 seconds to sign up, 5 minutes to wow. The idea that every single business user should be able to sign up to Power BI within seconds and get real business value in minutes. It's been a focus for Power BI from day one. And the way we make this thing happen is to make sure that we can get those users quickly to the analytics, the reports, the dashboards, the things that help give them insights on their data, and get them to not only consume it, but also to be able to collaborate with their colleagues in the enterprise, to be able to talk to each other, to be able to comment on dashboards, to be able to share them with each other, to be able to collaborate on teams, so to be able to collaborate on Power BI. Right? We also try to make sure that, hey, customers have a great mobile experience. So we've invested in Power BI Mobile from day one. So whether you're using iOS, whether you're using Android, or whether you're using Windows, we want to make sure that you have great mobile experiences. So if you check out our mobile experience from all of these products, you'll find that we have very high ratings as well as they're very popular. Looks like I'm having some difficulty with the presentation. Just give me. I apologize. I have a data corruption issue. Amir, can I get the stick? Okay, you have the same problem. All right. So we talked about the mobile experiences that we've invested in from day one. But if you also look at how we help business users, one of the areas we're focused on is sometimes the information you're looking for is not in that report or dashboard. So one of the areas that we've invested in is to make sure that we help customers with natural language capabilities. So you can ask questions in English, and Power BI automatically looks at your data set and figures out how to answer your question or pull up the right visualization for you. The other area we've invested in to make sure that customers have a quick 5x5 experience is something called Quick Insights. So this is where Power BI automatically scans your data and looks for those insights that are interesting, those insights that you should pay attention to, and automatically figures that out for you. So this is an area where we've built a lot of collaboration with Microsoft Research, leveraging many of their AI algorithms on behalf of our customers. We've also built a set of what we refer to as content packs. So there's well over 120 of these content packs that are available today. These content packs work for enterprise customers because it helps you get to the data source you're looking for, but also helps you get to a very quick report or dashboard. This is an area where our business customers really appreciate it because they don't really need the help of IT. They can actually get started quickly, and they can see data that's valuable for them, whether it's data from Google Analytics or whether it's data from Dynamics 365. There's not just the data connection, but there's a report or dashboard that's already built out for you. Right? So these are the areas that we've invested in to make sure that customers have a great 5x5 experience. The second area we're focused on is to really focus on our business analysts. These are the folks that work every single day to be able to work with the data and surface those reports and dashboards, build them out so that the business users can actually benefit. And there, our focus has been to make sure that we empower the business analysts so that they can actually become advocates. And what we've done from day one, as many of you probably know, is that the tool that they use, the professional tool that they use, Power BI Desktop, is completely free. It's not just free for a limited period of time. It's not just free from a limited capability perspective. It's completely free, right? And it's a tool that we ship every single month. It helps you connect to your data sources. It helps you mash and transform your data, get it into the shape that you want, and it has great visualization capabilities. And this is one that not only provides dozens of visualizations out of the box, but it also provides the ability for you to create visuals that are unique to your organization or unique to your industry. So what you see in this example is something that is a visualization of an aircraft engine that was created by one of our customers who wanted to visualize the fault data laid out against the aircraft engine, right? So you can create these custom visuals because we've opened up our visualization stack. And you can choose to share some of these custom visuals with others if you think it could be broadly applicable in the industry. And over 150 of these visuals have already been shared. So if you go to Power BI today, you'll find there's 150 custom visuals that are growing every single week that customers have built that are unique to their industry or unique to their country. And all of this has resulted in PC Magazine recognizing Power BI Desktop. So for the last couple of years in a row, PC Magazine called out Power BI Desktop as the Editor's Choice Award. So all of this is interesting, but if you can't get, you've got a solution for your business users, you've got your business analysts, but it's really important that you can get Power BI in the hands of every single one of your users. And that's where we came up with the disruptive economic model. So in addition to making sure Power BI Desktop was free, we also priced Power BI at $10 per user per month. Right? And Power BI is already included in your Office 365 license so that if you have E5, it's something that you've already covered with Power BI. And in case you don't want to pay on a per-user basis, we created a capacity-based pricing model. So you can buy the capacity you need and then use it with any number of users that capacity supports. So we've really tried to make sure that it's easy for customers to standardize on Power BI and drive adoption across the full enterprise. Right? Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about the customer momentum. So Power BI has really, really grown very quickly, as I mentioned. We see adoption across a wide range of industries. So here's just a sampling of our customers across several different industries that use Power BI actively today. Right? And we already talked about the momentum that we had with Power BI, so I'm going to skip through this section. And then, from a Gartner perspective, Power BI has been called out as a leader in the last couple of years, furthest to the right in terms of vision, and furthest pretty much at the top in terms of ability to execute. So this concludes like 11 years of Microsoft being a leader in the Gartner Magic Quadrant in the BI space. So with that, I wanted to invite Amir Nes to talk about the future of modern BI.
Thank you, V4. How do I get to V4? Sorry, we have to go to the other deck. Where is it? Okay, great. So it's been an amazing ride for us with Power BI, and the momentum, the adoption, the reaction of the community, the pace of innovation, everything is just unbelievable. I've been at Microsoft for 22 years, and I've never seen a phenomenon as we're seeing with Power BI. It's been a great ride for 3 years, and the next year is going to be just as amazing. We are going to talk about 3 pillars of innovation that are the foundation of what we're doing with Power BI. So first one is the adoption of Power BI in enterprises is amazing. Actually, I asked the team over the last week of the weekend to check on the Fortune 500, how many of the companies are actually using Power BI? The answer was 476. That means 97% of the Fortune 500 companies are already using Power BI. Some in small scale, some in very large scale, but we got 97% coverage of the Fortune 500 in just 3 years of existence. This kind of adoption is crazy. And what we're seeing is, as Power BI is sprouting in the organization, growing in the organization, IT is coming back to us and say, users love this stuff. We want to adopt it broadly. But what users need is not necessarily what IT needs. We have, in order to use Power BI as the enterprise BI tool for everything we do, we need to have more stuff. So you're going to see a lot of work that we are delivering in the next year all around bringing self-service BI, which is the foundation of Power BI, together with enterprise BI, which is what IT cares about. So let's understand it. The second thing that we're going to talk about is data prep. Data prep is a major cost center for BI. This is where a lot of the work that around preparing the data is going on. The visualizations are fun, creating the interactivity is fun, but getting the right data is hard. We want to see a lot of work going there. And the last thing what we're going to talk about is how we bring together AI with BI. AI is everywhere. You can see it in virtually every product at Microsoft. And for years, the BI industry have been trying to crack the nut of how to bring machine learning and artificial intelligence together with BI to create a real value, to make it work for real, not just a demo feature, but something that is truly be adoptable by users. So we're going to look at that. So we're going to start with the first one. It's the unified platform for both self-service BI and enterprise BI. And as I said, Power BI origins are, if you use, how many of you use Power BI actually? All of you, good. So you go to Power BI desktop, you go and you build, get data from everywhere, you create a model, you create your report, visualization. All of you can do that. All of your business analysts can do that. Everybody can do that. This is self-service BI. This is that ease of use, the ability to load the free desktop is what made Power BI as popular as it is today. But as I said, IT wants more. IT wants to be able to go and not just do this small, fun but small BI models. They want to go big. They want to put the full breadth of semantic models into into Power BI. And that requires much more complex models, more measures, more table, more scale, much more data. Well, we are lucky. Power BI's foundation is built on top of decades of IP that we have in Microsoft. I've been working at the SQL Server organization for almost 2 decades, building SQL Server analysis services. And this is, how many of you have used analysis services before? Yeah. So you know what they're talking about. This is the workhorse of the BI industry. This is what really democratized BI at bringing it to every company because we just lower the cost of BI servers. And you know what, the kind of power we have there, it is the backbone of Power BI today, and what we're doing is open the full power of analysis services into the Power BI users. We kind of focused on making it simple for the BI users, for the data analysts, but no more. We're really going to open up all the floodgates to get all the features, all the APIs, all the utilities working with that analysis services that is the bedrock of Power BI. How many of you have been using reporting services? SQL Server, oh yes. That's the other big engine that we have. That one is also coming to Power BI. We're bringing enterprise reporting to Power BI, which means you can get paginated reports with headers, with footers. You can have it, not just the fun slide side, report that we have in Power BI, but really multi-page, that you can have product catalogs and orders and invoices and inventory lists and everything that you are used to from reporting services. All of that is coming to Power BI, and you'll be able to schedule it and to send it to people's mailboxes with personalized slices and under certain conditions, all the stuff that we need in order to really get enterprise reporting into the enterprise. And that's not all of it. Because when you ask the guys in IT what they really, really care about, what makes them not fall asleep at night, it's all about governance, security, the stuff the thing that can go wrong. And we're putting a massive effort around the whole notion of enterprise governance, management, and control in this year. So we're going to work on things like multi-geo deployments. If you came from around the world, you know that there are a lot of regulations where the data can be stored. If you're in Germany, the data has to stay in Germany. If you're from China, the data has to stay in China. We now allow you to deploy Power BI and in a way that the data will reside in the region that it needs to reside in to make it sure that it's compliant. So Power BI is a single system image. We have one Power BI system, global, around the world, but it's made out of multiple data centers, and you can actually, as IT, configure in which data center the data will reside. Still, collaboration there's no silos. You can collaborate. Everybody from any region can access the data if they have permission, but you can meet the compliance requirements of the regulators. Lineage and impact analysis, a lot of auditing work that we are doing. A lot of work that we are doing around certified data sets and around the application lifecycle management. So let's just focus on the last two for a moment. Certified data sets. This is, everybody can create data, but some data is better than other data. We know that. There's data that people work to clean, to enrich, to verify, to validate. And what we're going to provide is for that data that you guys have created, the IT-blessed data, you can go and certify it. And when you certify that data, you put that certified tag on it. Whenever your business users go to create new reports, say, I want to connect to data, the first data set that will show up, floating to the top, will be your certified data sets. They'll know which data is best. It will have certain special tagging, special way for them to know that this is better than the other data. So encourage them to find it. The system will help them find it, help them make sure that they use it, and you'll know what they're using. And you can see that they're using the right set of data. Certified data, and you can see the slider there. Very, very simple. Just create the data, certify it, and just all your users that have permission, it will float to the top of their list. ALM. We build those big systems. We have today, it's kind of stunning how in the last year, we move from, as enterprises start to adopt it more and more, we move to the state where if a report is down or a BI application is down for an hour, we get a call from the CIO saying, how dare you? I have thousands of people who are relying on that report to run their business. BI becomes mission critical, which is something I've never seen before. In decades I've been working in the BI industry. BI is now becoming mission critical when the system is not up, when the system is showing wrong data, when the system is slow. The CIO knows about it. The organization is disrupted. So we need to start managing those applications the same way that we manage any other mission-critical application. And it means also a proper application lifecycle management system. It means that there is going to be a development environment. There's going to be a test environment. There's going to be a deployment environment. And you'll be able to move the artifacts that you're developing from one environment to the other in a controlled manner. You can do diff to see the differences. You can decide which measures you want to move and which measures you haven't finished developing and keep them in the other side. All of that is coming. This application is going to show up in the next few weeks when we have another thing that is coming, which is, of course, the APIs. The XML for Analysis API, that is the API of analysis services that is allowing us to connect to all the tooling, SQL Server Management Studio, SQL Server Profiler. All this stuff is going to work with Power BI as well. The whole wealth of the enterprise stack is going to work with Power BI. And to demonstrate some of that, I'm going to invite Christian Wade to the stage. We want to see both enterprise reporting and enterprise modeling.
All right. Hello, everyone. Very happy to be here. Let me just get... hello? I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm going to start with complex models. You know, with analysis services has been around for 20 years, as Amir said, and it's really the enterprise business intelligence workhorse of the industry. And with analysis services, it's not uncommon to have models with over 100 tables in a single model. So we are introducing a new diagram view, and sorry, just 1 second here. All right, we're introducing a new diagram view that will scale to hundreds of tables and allow users to break out these models by subject area, and it just allows the management of these much larger models. You just have to excuse me here. We would, just 1 second. All right. Sorry. Just getting loaded here. Wasn't expecting this. Okay, here we go. This model, as you can see, just loaded in a few seconds. It's got almost 100 tables. All right, we can break it out by subject area. And there you can see. And so here we have a separate subject area and another one here. And we can create new layouts. And I'm going to find a table. We can add related tables. So as you can see, we've got a nice new diagram view for Power BI Desktop. This will be shipping very soon, and it really allows us, it allows the business intelligence professional, makes the life of the business intelligence professional much easier. We can also multi-select objects and set common properties in one go. So in this case, you can see I have 3 columns selected. I'm going to set the display folder. And display folders are a feature from analysis services. Whoops, the zooming isn't working very well. Excuse me. So display folders is a feature from analysis services. It's been around for over a decade, and it is precisely to allow consumers of these complex models to find what they're looking for much more easily. Okay, so when you have these large models, there's a lot of complexity, there's a lot of interdependency, and we have these techniques to make them easily consumed, right? Now, okay, so that's the new diagram view. The next thing I'd like to talk about is that we recently introduced a feature called composite models. And this is really a game changer in terms of what you can do with direct query in many different ways. So for this particular table, if I even though the zooming isn't working very well, but let me try it. So you can see here, this table is a direct query table, and it's getting data from HDI Spark, right? And traditionally, direct query, which will federate the queries to the data source on the fly as the users interact with the visuals, traditionally, direct query was only for a single data source, whereas now we can have multiple direct query data sources in the same data set, which opens up lots and lots of new scenarios that were not possible before. And additionally, we also can now have import and direct query combined in the same data set, right? This is really a game changer. Whereas before, the whole data set had to be import, you can now pick and choose the individual tables to cache to get that blazing fast performance for your users where it really counts, all right? You get a much bigger bang for your buck in terms of the resource usage and memory consumption that is used by caching the data into memory, okay? So this is composite models, multiple direct query sources, and combining import and direct query in the same data set, all right? This is huge. We've just delivered this in preview, all right? Now, what I'm going to show now is a feature that builds on top of composite models. And this feature is truly, I don't know if you've seen this because the demo has kind of gone viral, but this feature is truly a game changer in terms of scalability, right? This is actually probably the biggest scalability feature we've pretty much, you could argue, that we've ever delivered. I mean, this one is absolutely huge. So I'm going to switch over to here. And so this data set is data for a crowdsourced courier service where a smartphone app emits the driver's locations, right? And as you can imagine, it generates a ton of data. So this measure, as you can see here, not sure whether I should, there you can see here, this measure is simply giving us the count of all the rows in the table, right? So let's find out how many rows we have in this table. So I'm going to drag this onto the canvas. And just to put this into context, I did a keynote at a conference last year, and I had one of the biggest Azure-Analytics services SKUs with 400 gigabytes of memory and over 25 cores, just a huge data set. And that thing was 10 billion rows. And that was really pushing the boundaries in terms of what you could scale to in terms of an enterprise business intelligence platform, right? Well, this data set is actually 1 trillion, right? This kind of defies the laws of physics as we know them in terms of what is enabled for interactive analysis. You notice I just got instant response times on this data, right? This is 1 trillion rows of data. This is actually 1/4 petabyte of data from HDI Spark. This is something that, you know, if you ever watch these big data demos, this is the first time that I'm aware of, at least, that anyone can have this kind of interactive analysis over such a large data set, all right? So this is 1 trillion rows. I'm going to go with this measure, travel distance. I'm going to break it out by date. I'm going to make it nice and big. I'm going to make it a bar chart. I'm going to break it out by the miles per job. And I'm just getting instant response time. Just clicky, clicky, draggy, droppy data analysis over this massive data set, right? It's just instant response times, instant gratification, right? And I'm now going to filter this data just by the drivers who left the organization, right? And I'm now going to generate another visual here and make it a table. And I'm going to filter this just by December 23rd. If I select it here. And now I'm going to bring over the driver name to this visual. So I've just like that, I've created a list of users who worked on December 23rd, subsequently left the company, performed jobs of over 50 miles, over 1/4 petabyte of data. How is this physically possible, right? So with Power BI, we achieved this blazing fast performance by caching data into memory, right? Now, that's why these Azure Analytics Services SKUs have so much memory. Now, even with our compression ratios, 1/4 petabyte is quite a lot of data. So what we're doing here is we're caching the data at the aggregated level, which unlocks these massive data sets in a way that was physically impossible before. And you'll find that you should get very high cache hit rates because the percentage of business intelligence queries that are at the aggregated level are very, very high, probably 90, 95%. And if the user happens to drill down to the detail level where there is no cache, so in this case, I'm going to drill through to Abigail Johnson. And we're now going to switch over to this other report. So this is going to take a little bit longer because this is going to plot the individual locations for Abigail Johnson on December 23rd, right? So it's now going to select a few hundred rows from the 1 trillion row table. So there is no aggregation happening here. So it's not hitting the aggregated cache. So what's it going to do? It's just going to, because of now we have this hybrid direct query and import combined in the same data set, it's just submitting a direct query to, in this case, HDI Spark. And this will work on HDI Spark, on Databricks, it works on Azure SQL Data Warehouse, and many, many other direct query sources that we support. All right? So we can see this query is running here for Abigail Johnson. And obviously, this is a 1 trillion rows of trillion rows of data. This is a 23-node HDI Spark cluster. You know, it's 1/4 petabyte of data. It still takes a little while, but you'll find that, generally speaking, the data warehouses and these big data systems tend to handle these non-aggregated filtered queries much quite well, right? And you're using Power BI for what it's really good at, which is these aggregated queries, and you're using the data warehouse or the big data system for what they're better at, which is the non-aggregated filtered queries. So here we can see Abigail Johnson drove all the way across Memphis just before the holidays. She had multiple jobs. She got frustrated. She left the company. Maybe she started her own company. She's doing very well now. The point being, we unlocked 1/4 petabyte of data. We enabled interactive, clicky, draggy, droppy style interactive analysis over 1/4 petabyte of data in a way that was physically impossible before. Okay, this is a real game changer. This truly will transform interactive analysis over big data. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. All right, now there's more. So another thing that we're going to do, this is a brand new demo. No one's seen this demo. This demo didn't exist until just like very, very recently. I'm not going to say 10 minutes ago. This is a brand new, hot off the press feature I'm about to show. So this year, we'll be opening up as Amir described, the XMLA endpoint for Power BI. So what XMLA endpoints will allow is the open platform connectivity that we have with analysis services, right? So as Amir said, analysis services has been a market dominator for 20 years. Basically, every other major BI vendor on the planet supports connectivity to analysis services. Once we open up the XMLA endpoint on Power BI, you will be able to connect to a Power BI data set as though it were an analysis services database, all right? So our competitor BI products will be able to connect to them to have that reusable semantic model in an enterprise organization. Obviously, we believe that Power BI should be used for visualizations, but it is an open platform connectivity. And
this is actually very,
yeah.
very important. This is,
yeah.
You know, you're going to find that you have users that, you know, they love the tool that they're using right now. Maybe they're using Tableau. Maybe they're using other tools. And you still want to get Power BI to be adopted. You can have the data in Power BI. You can have the users connect from Tableau to Power BI using XMLA. Tableau already supports it because it supports analysis services, and Power BI is going to look to Tableau like that, connecting to analysis services. So you can have all the data. I don't know how to make my mic work.
Well, can we have maybe this mic?
No.
Can we have this mic? Oh, no. No. All right.
I'll do this one.
All right. I'm not going to take my shirt off.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Right.
Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay, so you can have all the data be in Power BI, have your Tableau users connect to the data sets that are in Power BI. Tableau already supports it because it supports analysis services. Power BI looks like analysis services to Tableau. So you can have the enterprise model stored there. You can have most of your users use their dashboards and reports in Power BI, but those die-hard Tableau users, you can serve them. You can still support them because it will work.
Yeah.
It will work with Tableau. It will work with any other BI tool that supports XMLA, which is the vast majority of the tools in the industry.
Absolutely.
And that really allows you to really create that center of gravity data well, where everything is in one place, managed in one place, governed in one place, collaborated in there, but still don't leave those Tableau users out of the loop.
Absolutely. And another example of this is for the management tools, right? So we have lots of intellectual property for analysis services in terms of management, like SQL Server Management Studio, SQL Server Profiler, SQL Server data tools for authoring these models. And here I have a SQL Server Management Studio that is connected to, let me just open this up here. This is connected to, actually you can see it better over here. If I try and zoom in, this is actually connected to a Power BI workspace, right? This is not connected to an analysis services server. This is connected to a Power BI workspace. This is listing all of the data sets in the Power BI workspace. In fact, I have a copy of it here. So this is the same workspace with the same data sets, all right? So I can now connect from SQL Server Management Studio. I can manage these data sets. I can set security, I can perform scripting operations, I can perform administrative operations, I can perform fine-grained data refresh operations. All right, so here I have this data set, and I'm going to go to this table, and I'm going to look at, in fact, I think I already have this window open. These are the partitions for this table. All right, so we introduced a feature recently called incremental refresh, which is also a significant scalability feature that allows you to not have to refresh all 10 years and 10 billion rows of data every time you do a refresh, right? You can just refresh only the data that has changed, which is much more efficient, much quicker, and much more reliable, and doesn't depend on volatile connections to data sources, etc. Now, the way that incremental refresh works, and for the analysis services practitioners among you, you will probably be fully aware of this. The way that incremental refresh works, and for Power BI, by the way, it's very simple. You just set it up in Power BI Desktop, right? But then when you define that incremental refresh policy in Power BI Desktop and you perform a refresh in the Power BI service, the way that incremental refresh works is it generates good old traditional analysis services partitions, right? So, and it uses partitions to only refresh the data that has changed based off the incremental refresh policy. So I can now, for the first time, connect from SQL Server Management Studio to a Power BI workspace. I can see the data sets, I can break out the tables, and I can even see the partitions generated by the Power BI incremental refresh feature, right? And so here I have
how about we move to the next reporting because we're running out?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll just quickly say that you can script this out and you can refresh historical partitions, right? Okay, and so that's XML endpoints. It's also a bunch of community tools will also be able to connect to the Power BI workspace. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you is, well, a couple of things. First off, this is the new homepage, right, that we just launched. And this allows business users to find what they're looking for very easily, right? It lists the dashboards and reports and workspaces that they are most interested in based on their usage and what they have flagged as favorites. We have a nice search capability here. So again, I can find apps and workspaces, etc. And in this case, I'm going to go to this report. So as you can see, this is just a report, but it's a special type of report, which is it's actually a reporting services report. This is still not yet released. This is still on a private workspace. So this is a reporting services report. As you well know, there are countless masses of reporting services artifacts on premises today. They will all be able to mass migrate to Power BI so that organizations can co-locate their business intelligence artifacts in a single, easily accessible location in the Power BI workspace. This is, this is pixel-perfect paginated reports. We can export to a variety of formats. And as Amir said, we'll be able to have scheduled delivery, etc. So reporting services and analysis services are coming to Power BI. We are bringing the full enterprise capability to Power BI as a single, all-inclusive platform for enterprise and self-service. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you switch back to the slides? Christian, slides. I don't know how to switch slides. Which one is the slides? I guess this one. Yes. Nope. Okay. Try this one. Here we go. Nope, that's not it. Which one? Which machine is the slides? Christian, the slides machine. I'm sorry. 3? Sorry, 3. Nope. Now I need my, yeah, all the, let's try 4. We'll just go one by one. Guess not. 5 is yours. No, that's mine. 5, okay, we're good, 5. Okay, sorry. Okay, so let's move to data prep. Self-service data prep for big data. So data prep is a huge part of what we do in BI. You know, we assume that about 60 to 80% of the BI project cost is all about preparing the data, making sure that you collect the data from all the right places, integrate it, clean it up, enrich it. Data is messy, especially when you have to work with multiple data sources, and doing data prep is a huge portion of the effort that we all expend to create a BI project and to maintain. Things change, things get, the data is not static, and we always have to deal with new situations. So it's very, very expensive. And at Microsoft, we've been spending a lot of effort on this already. We have a facility that you've all been using. It's called Power Query. We introduced Power Query maybe 5 years ago. It's been part of Excel. It's part of Power BI. It's immensely popular. We have tens of millions of users that have used Power Query. Actually, because of the Excel exposure, it's become the de facto way of people know how to connect to data sets, to data sources, how to bring the data in, how to manipulate the data. Power Query has been immensely successful. We are continuing to invest in data, in Power Query, in the data preparation facilities there. We have introduced just last month the IntelliSense for M, and those of you who are using the M language to go and write expressions in Power Query appreciate it. And then we have a bunch of really exciting AI-driven features, features that allow you to extract data from web pages and PDF files just by example, or create expressions by example. The ability to do fuzzy matching, so you don't have to have exact matches. You can have nicknames, and you can have spelling mistakes, and still the joins will work for you. And the ability, something that you haven't seen yet, the ability to look at the data, not just in the regular table-centric way of Power Query, but in a more graphical way to understand how the shape of the data that you're morphing looks like. And to show all this, I'm going to invite Justina Lutznik to show us the new Power Query. And I hope you know which one it is.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
You do? Okay.
I do. Let me just open this up first. So bear with me 1 second. Just need to log into the VM. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. So let's pray to the demo gods. Oh, no, not early enough. Okay. Let's try this again. All right. So what I want to show you guys today are some of the new capabilities coming into Power Query, which you will all be able to play with the October Power BI Desktop release. And the first thing I wanted to show you is I want to actually start from getting data. And I'm sure you guys have seen the web connector that we already have inside Power BI. So here I can basically type in the name of a website. Let's connect to RottenTomatoes.com. And I can bring in data from the web. And so far, we've supported bringing in data via HTML tables. But not always is your data so nicely structured in HTML tables. And so over here, for example, if I try to connect to this doesn't look so great. So what we are allowing you to do is actually add tables using examples. So let's take a look over here. Once this loads, you'll see that this particular website, we've got Rotten Tomatoes, which is all our new movies coming out. It's not actually using an HTML table to visualize your data. Things are kind of in this matrix form. But I want to get the movie title, I want to get the popularity, and I want to get when it's being released. So all I have to do inside Power BI is basically type in the house with a clock in its walls. I need to get a second example, a simple favor. And Power BI, oh man, should have gone ahead and just pre-populated the rest of the titles, but for some reason, the CSS selector was not found, and honestly, I have no idea why. So let me try bringing another column in, and hoping for the best. And let's see if this is going to work. So here I'm bringing in the popularity. And we see that it's populated with the rest. Yay. There we go. Thank you. So, and then I can go ahead and do this with the next one. I'm really pushing my luck here, but let's see, in theaters. I did not check. It's in theaters September 21st. So let's try this again. Theaters, September 21st. And now I should technically be able to give it one example. And yes, it's populated the rest too. As you can see, it's not all the same. There's one in August, so it's not just repeating it over and over. So the kind of wider point is I can take something that's in a matrix form and just bring it in. I can click OK. And Power BI is going to generate the expression for me. I can select this table that I want to bring in over here. And it's going to essentially bring in this table over here. And let me actually select it and bring it in. Now, we also have this capability of bringing in data by example directly inside Power BI 2. So if we have this customer table that we have over here, imagine I wanted to add a new column. And I can select Add a New Column. And I can also select Column from Example. And let's go ahead and do something a little bit complicated here. So let's try and bring in, let's say, all uppercase last name. Then bring in, let's say, first name. And then let's say bring in sales representative over here. And press Enter. And then let's select the second one. So let's bring in Trujillo. Oh. And let's try to stick to the rules I've just set on myself. So uppercase, lowercase, and then in brackets, owner. And that should have not been a 0. Oh, man. Sorry. Let me try that again. My typing is really failing me today. And OK. And I still can't, apparently. Oh, right. Yes, thank you. Let's make this all uppercase. I have made this very complicated for myself. But just to push the boundaries for Power Query and see, it goes ahead and remembers all these rules. And if I actually take a look at this particular expression, I'm going to click OK. I'm going to add this column into my data set. If I take a look at this expression, you can see that this is not trivial. If I wanted to write this from scratch, I know I struggle a little bit with even this one, but that's just me. But this would have taken me quite a while to actually craft by hand. And so, with Power Query, with adding by example, I can just do this so easily and seamlessly. So another really cool feature that is going to be coming into Power BI in the next release is the concept of using fuzzy matching for merging. So in this case, I have two tables. I have this people's table, which is all of my salespeople, and then I have the sales that my salespeople have inputted. And I can see my salespeople are a little bit inconsistent with how they write their name. So sometimes they put Bill, sometimes they put Bill lowercase, sometimes they decide to give themselves the nickname Billy. And so this is going to be a nightmare if I try and actually merge these tables together. So let's go ahead and see what we can do today with the new feature coming in, which is fuzzy matching. So let's go ahead and select my sales table. And you'll notice over here, I can select Use Fuzzy Matching to compare the merge. And I can select this feature, and we have a whole bunch of different configurations that are possible. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow for this sort of leeway. So these matches don't have to be exactly perfect. And I can select some additional configurations, such as ignoring cases, ignoring spaces. I can even add a transformational table. So if I have some sort of custom synonyms, I can go ahead and add them in as well. And so now I'm going to try and select OK. This is a little bit too low for me. This is a great day for demos, guys. Hit Enter. Yes, that worked. Thank you. There we go. OK. And so now I've merged these two tables together. And so I'm just going to select this one over here so we can take a look. So if we see Bill over here has been matched with Bill, lowercase Bill, with Billy as well. If we take a look at William, again, lowercase, uppercase, Willia, so someone forgot the last letter. And so we're going to enable these sorts of fuzzy matching capabilities along with high customizability for this. And the final demo I wanted to show you guys is some of the data profiling that we're introducing into Power Query. So Power Query is amazing for doing all our different data prep, but what it has been lacking in a little bit is sort of this visual representation of the data and proactively letting me know about things I might want to care about. So over here, you'll notice this little green bar just underneath the column name. And if I hover over this, you're actually going to see that we have some errors inside this data set. And I can just click on Remove Errors, and it's just going to generate the M expression for me and automatically remove the errors for me.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then another thing we also have is, yes, thank you, adding the concept of column quality and column distributions directly in the Power Query editor. There we go, thank you. And so now I can see the distribution of my columns. Again, I can see how many unique ones I have, how many distinct ones. I can remove duplicates straight from inside here. In the future, you'll also be able to actually click on this histogram and automatically filter your data. So we're going to be really investing in improving these data profiling capabilities inside Power Query. Yep. Thank you, Amir. I'm just going to set up my own next step.
OK, thank you. So you've seen what we are doing, and we continue to innovate with Power Query, but we want to take it to the next level. Power Query is great. It's integrated into Excel, integrated into Power BI. You've been ingesting data into your desktop with Power Query. But all this work that you're doing in the desktop is locked into that desktop, and it's locked into that BI model that you're creating. And we know that preparing data is much more than that data set, that report. We know that it's so strategic, it's so valuable, that we need to be able to treat data preparation as a standalone thing, as something that we can go and prepare the data and then use it for multiple data sets, combine it with additional data sets that other data sets that other people are creating, collaborate around the data without the context of that BI model. And this is where we are introducing data flows. And I want to talk, data flow is something new. It's a new fundamental capability of Power BI. It's as fundamental as reports and dashboards and data sets. Data flows are at that level. And I put there a statement that says data flow are to ETL what Excel is to programming, because I think data flows are truly going to create a revolution in this ETL industry, in the data warehouse, data laking industry. And, you guys have been working with databases for a while, I know. You've been working with data lakes, I hope. And you know that the ETL part is really hard. It's really hard. It is what takes a lot of work, and we're trying to make it simple. And I say, how do we make it simple? How do we make this hard task of data quality, data integration, data enrichment into something that business users can truly drive and make and really reduce this time and cost of this and by an order of magnitude? And we took a look at Excel and what Excel did to programming. What does it mean Excel did to programming? When I started programming many years ago, I programmed BASIC on the Apple II. Yes, that's how it looked like. And you can see there are all these Go sub statements because there were no functions yet. There are no local variable. Everything was a global variable, and you created a program by writing the code with line numbers, 10, 20, 30, and you created function that you called to, and you created programs this way. And one of the most important things of programmers that they have to do is control the program flow. Call the functions at the right time, in the right order, making sure that under the right conditions, making sure that the variables that the functions are manipulating are not corrupted by other functions. This is how bugs creep in. This is what we do as programmers all the time. And it was fun. I loved it. Millions of people learned to program this way. But then came Excel. Now, the beautiful thing about Excel is that nobody had to control a program flow. You just put the logic of the values into the cells. You created the expressions. And then Excel did all the function call, all the Go subs when Excel did it. Excel figured out how to compute it in the right order all the time. And whenever something changes, Excel figured out what to call again to compute. And it did it by analyzing those expressions that you have in the cells, figuring out which expression depends on which other expression, creating this dependency graph that you don't even think about. We've been using Excel for decades. We just are used to the magic. But whenever we type something into a cell, just everything recalcs automatically. We don't even think about it. You don't have to tell Excel to, when I type here, go recalc this cell and then calc that other cell. It just does it. So not millions of people, but hundreds of millions of people can create Excel workbooks because it's so simple. All you have to do is just know your logic for the cells, and Excel will take care of everything for you. Now let's think about the world of data warehousing and ETL in that context. Yeah, we all look at a data warehouse, a data lake. It has a bunch of tables. We call this a data warehouse. The data warehouse doesn't look like this. The data warehouse looks like this. It has all these ETL programs running around it. ETL programs that bring the data in, and ETL programs that join the data, and ETL programs that cleans the data, and ETL cleans the, and delete data, and does all these things. And all these ETL programs are like your functions in your programming. You have to make sure that they're running in the right order at the right time. And yes, you don't have to write code. You can do the lines between the boxes, but it's still programming. It's still your responsibility to orchestrate everything there in the right time. If you do it in the right order, if you clean the table before you copied it to the other place, you just lost data. It's a bug. And this is why it takes so long. This is why it's so hard. You have to be a programmer to do that. This is just like any program. It's just hard. And those tables are like in the old BASIC. They are my global variables. They are one place where all these functions, all these programs are running on, and they can corrupt each other and so forth, right? That's how, this is the old day of programming. It hasn't changed when it comes to data warehousing. What we've done is we say, okay, let's do the Excel trick. Let's do the Excel trick. If we just use Power Query to define the definition of those tables, Power Query has its own functions called the M functions. We can do the analysis of those N functions the same way as Excel does the analysis of the Excel functions. So we have those functions. We do the analysis, create a dependency graph across all these tables, put our own calculation engines, just like Excel has calculation engines, we put our own calculation engine on the top, and from this point on, we say, you don't have to worry anymore about orchestration. Whenever some table data is going to change in one table because you ingest, we will just recalc all the other tables automatically. We'll know because we understand the dependencies. This is not, just like Excel understands the dependencies, we understand the dependencies. So your data will always be consistent by definition, cannot break it. It will always be, whenever data changes, it will change everywhere consistently in a transactional manner. You don't have to program anymore. You just tell us what the transformation. You tell it to us by running Power Query. Just give us the shape of the data, and the expression comes behind it. And then what we do is, we want to make it really big data, really big scale. We take this and we make it all work on top of the Azure Data Lake. So you can create one of those. Your friends can create one of those. You can now refer to each other. Just like Excel sheets can refer to, Excel workbooks can refer to other Excel workbooks, you can refer to each other. So one changes here, it will trigger the recalc in the other one. And since we're putting in the data lake in an open format, CSV files, you can access it with other services. You can actually do it with Databricks, you can actually do it with Azure Data Factory. It's open. They can create those kind of folders with data. We call those CDM folders, Common Data Model folders, because the data is consistently in the same format. It's self-describing, so when they create one of those, Power BI sees it and reads it and can use it, and vice versa. That Azure Data Lake fabric is a common fabric of data for all the services, Power BI and the other Azure services. So we have this system that now allows a Power analyst, the Power BI analyst, go and do large-scale data transformation in a way that feels much more like Excel than using a professional tool. It's all stored in a common format in the Azure Data Lake, can be combined with other data that either the IT guys create or the other users create. It's all going to be fully consistent because of this calculation engine that we have that makes sure that the things always auto-orchestrate themselves to update whenever new data shows up or data is changing. So that is what data flows are all about. So data flows are this standalone facility, repeatable, reusable ETL that has this Excel way of thinking, operating on the Azure Data Lake, using the familiar Power Query experience. And this is going to be big. We actually have already Informatica on board collaborating with us. They are going to support those data flows. They're going to put their data in the data lake in the same common format, so we can now interchange data with Informatica. So we have 80 connectors and 90 connectors of data. They bring another few hundreds to the table in this one. And to show us how this whole thing looks and feels, I'm going to call back Justina. Thank you, Justina.
My mic? OK, thanks. All right, so I'm inside the Power BI service, and you'll see your familiar dashboards, reports, data sets. But you'll see this new data flows appearing over here. And I can create a new data flow from scratch, just like I would create a new report or create a new dashboard. And I'm going to go ahead and add new entities. The first thing I need to do is figure out which source I want to connect to. And you'll see a very familiar UI. This should look very familiar for all of us who work with Power BI. I'm just going to get data from a particular source. And I'm going to connect to Azure SQL over here. I'm going to give this a connection setting. I'm going to give this a server name. It's picked up the username and password. And I'm going to click Next. And now I'm going to select which database I want to connect to. I'm going to bring in some data about hotel reviews. So we're going to be connecting to some data looking at guests staying in various hotels in Hawaii and what kind of, how they've liked their trip, their various reviews and images. And you'll notice a very familiar UI over here. If you're paying attention during my Power Query demo, this is looking very, very similar. It looks like basically you've taken Power Query and put it inside the Power BI service, inside a data flow. And what I can do over here is do my various transformations. But there's a very big key difference over here. When I was showing you that M script before inside that Power BI desktop file, that was locked to that particular desktop file. Over here, inside the service, inside my data flow, I am working against Azure Data Lake. And so when I do all my transforms, my new entities and my new transforms are all going to be propagated down into that Azure Data Lake. And I'll be able to save this data flow inside and share it with my various analysts inside the organization. So both analysts as well as me can create multiple reports of this single reusable data flow. And what's even more cool is we're not only bringing data flows over here, we're bringing some very new capabilities for being able to transform your data. So you'll notice this AI Insights button over here. And what I can go ahead and do is select AI Insights. And you'll notice you can add things like cognitive services directly to this data flow. So let's imagine I wanted to add some textual analytics, and I wanted to score sentiment. I can just go ahead and select sentiment. I can find the text column that I need. In this case, I'm going to get my reviews data. Because this is a preview feature, I also have to still specify the language. When we release it, we're going to just pick up the language. And all I have to do is invoke the sentiment. And you'll see a new Power Query step has just been created on the side. So this is just like any other Power Query step that you're used to and familiar with. And you'll notice if I scroll all the way over here, we've got our various reviews text from our customers. And we see the sentiment has just naturally come in. And this is going to be built into Power BI, coming very, very soon. But imagine I want to go further. Imagine I want to bring in a custom machine learning model that my data scientist has built. You'll notice we have this concept of Azure machine learning models also coming into data flows as AI enrichments. So not only now that the data is coming into Data Lake can I collaborate with my analysts in the organization, I can also collaborate my data engineers with my data scientists really easily, because all of this data is sitting in one single data lake that we can all use and share. So over here, I'm just going to flip over into Azure just for a second. You can see my data scientist has built this machine learning model inside Databricks. They've gone ahead and done some data prep. And they've gone ahead and used the Azure ML SDK to train a model and deploy a new web service. And now all the data scientist has to do is go ahead and share this model with the analyst. So that will be me. We've got the model shared with me. And if I flip back into Power BI, you'll see that under Azure, whoops, what's happened here? OK, there we go. Under Azure Machine Learning Models, we have this hotel image classifier model that has appeared. So we've trained a custom machine learning model for tagging hotel images. And I don't have to do anything as an analyst to leverage this model inside Power BI. So all of the Azure Machine Learning models that have been shared with me will just appear over here. And as an analyst, all I have to do is say, yeah, I want to point it to the image column inside my data set, and click Invoke. And without writing a single line of code, I can now leverage Azure Machine Learning models that have been shared with me. I can leverage all the cognitive services that we are releasing as Microsoft, starting with the textual analytics ones. So all I have to do now is expand out my image tags. And essentially, once we do this, all of these images that you see over here, which are currently URLs, are going to be tagged, leveraging this machine learning model. And because this is just Power Query transforms, every time my data refreshes, I don't have to go ahead and invoke this machine learning model again and hook things up from scratch. It's just going to run through these Power Query steps and rerun them and score new data as it comes in. So now that I'm done, I can go, thank you, I can go ahead and click done. And this is going to go ahead and save my data flow. I'm going to save this. So I've now got this hotel reviews entity that has appeared. And now I can share this data flow. I can go ahead and connect multiple Power BI desktop files to this data flow, create essentially lots of different reports. So we're essentially bringing the sort of self-service data prep for a data lake for our Power BI analysts.
Thank you, Justina. And you hear Justina, right? You don't have to schedule that machine learning training. You don't have to schedule the machine learning scoring because the recalc engine just take care of that. Whenever the new data will show up, it just recalc itself automatically. And that's really, there's no orchestration, no lines and boxes that you have to draw. It just does everything automatically. And Justina was, of course, Justina is on our AI team. And she cannot do any demo without a bunch of AI in it. So let's talk about AI. We are investing heavily on bringing AI to BI, and we're doing it in two basic ways. One is we're helping the data analyst to go and prepare the data and enrich the data. You've seen the sentiment analysis, the topic extraction, the image tagging. This is all data preparation. The other place where we are investing is the interactive experiences that the analyst is preparing for the consumer, for the business user. And that's where we think there's huge potential. This is where we believe that we can really make AI in BI pervasive, and not just pervasive. We're talking about practical and powerful things that will really work beyond the demo feature. So I want to bring Justina back to show us some of the work we're doing around AI and BI.
Thank you, Amir. OK, so let's start with our business users and our story for AI.
And you have to change the monitor.
Oh, I do have to change the monitor, yes. Cool. And so over here, we have a report looking at Hawaii tourism. And as a business user, the usual kind of workflow what I would do is slice and dice my data to try and find some interesting trends. But with Power BI, what we try to do is automate finding all of these insights for you. So over here, if I look at, let's say, my visits by date, we can see there's been a bit of a fall in US West. And all I have to do inside Power BI is essentially just right-click on this particular line. I can select Analyze. And Power BI already knows that I might be interested in explaining the decrease. And so it's just going to go ahead and proactively find me insights as to what is causing this dip. And in this particular case, we can see there's actually been an increase in honeymoons and conventions, but there's been a huge fall in vacations. And I can go ahead and scroll through and understand what are the various contributing factors that are causing this particular fall. Now, another thing that we have introduced actually in the August release of Power BI is the ability to ask a natural language question from directly inside the report. So I can go ahead and select this button over here. And this is going to pop up Q&A. And it's already got some pre-populated questions that my analyst has suggested. So I can scroll through these. So here, for example, I'm seeing, I'm looking at my spending by island and date. And I can actually see that in Lanai, the spending is kind of continuously higher. And we actually did a little bit of digging, and it turns out that Lanai is predominantly owned by Larry Ellison, who is Oracle's CEO. And you pretty much need a private jet to get there, and it's got all these super expensive hotels.
It's also where Bill Gates got married.
Wow.
This is why Larry Ellison bought the island, by the way.
Oh, OK. Well, okay. That makes more sense. But yes, essentially, so you can see this is why the sort of spending is over the roof. Now I can also go ahead and type in my own questions. And let's hope my typing is a little bit better this time. So imagine I want to see what drives visits to the various islands. And so I look for visits by trip purpose. And something that we're working on, which isn't released yet, but I'm really, really excited about, is the concept of asking follow-up questions. So I can click on asking a follow-up questions. Power BI retains the context of my question. I can either go ahead and write a new natural language question, or what's even cooler is we have this insights engine that I just showed you guys that's actually being powered here. And it's proactively telling me, hey, this is a question you might want to ask based on what you've just plotted. So if I select what affects this distribution, what we see over here in this very tiny graph. For some odd reason, this is very, very small. But we can actually see that when it comes to trips going to Hawaii, that where you're coming from is very, very important. So if you're coming to Hawaii from Japan, you're much more likely to be going there for a honeymoon than if you're coming from any other country. And again, we did a little bit of research. It turns out 50% of Japanese honeymoons that take place outside of Japan actually take place in Hawaii. So there you go. Now, thank you. Now let's jump back into, yes, as Amir said, I couldn't resist showing you guys some AI features and the data flows. But now that I've loaded my data into Power BI Desktop, let's see how I can leverage those AI enrichments that I added in my data flow directly inside the desktop. So here we have a very kind of odd-looking Power BI report. We have a bunch of unstructured textual data, which are all my reviews, and we have a bunch of images as well. And I can cross-filter the stuff using Power BI. I can highlight all the different hotels, and my reviews will update. But let's now leverage those things that we brought in as AI enrichments to add some structure to this report. So I'm going to get rid of this map for a second, and I'm going to go ahead and bring in the sentiment score. And this is the sentiment score we calculated inside our data flow. Yes. And I'm going to plot it by hotel name. And so we have 5 hotels over here. And we can see very, very quickly that I can identify which hotel might be a problem area for me. So it's a little bit small, but you can see here is Hotel 4. This has the lowest sentiment, so I can just cross-filter Hotel 4 and understand what kinds of things people might be complaining about. Now, we've also brought in this image model. So we've gone ahead and tagged all of the images inside our data set. So I can just firstly bring them in and kind of see what kinds of things are people plotting, or what kinds of things are people taking pictures of when they write their reviews. But not only can I bring these images in, I can now cross-correlate this with the sentiment that I've also calculated. So I can create a bar graph out of these two, and we can very quickly see what kinds of things people like when they're taking photos and writing reviews, and what kinds of things are they not so happy with. And let's make this a little bit bigger, because it's a bit hard to read. So for example, if you're taking a picture of a water view, chances are your review is pretty positive, and we can see happy people, nice pictures of water views. And then we can scroll all the way down to the bottom, and we can see when people are taking pictures of ACs, for some reason, they are not very happy with their holiday. And we can cross-filter that, and we can kind of see pictures of, old, broken, loud, dirty ACs, and we can kind of see this is going on with the reviews. And they're mostly coming from Hotel 4. So as a hotel manager, this is kind of Hotel 4 is a problem area for me. I probably want to investigate to see what's going on there. So this is all the AI enrichment capabilities that are coming in for analysts. And very quickly, just to wrap up, what I wanted to show you is also the capabilities for our data scientists, because how could we forget our data scientists? So if we go back over here for a second to this report, and or let's open it up from scratch, because it seems to be misbehaving.
We are out of time.
Sorry. OK, well, just because we are running out of time, we have 15 seconds, so very, very quickly, what we are allowing you to do is actually bring in Python into Power BI. So you'll notice this, well, it's unfortunately a little bit grayed out now, but this Python icon. So you can bring in Python visualizations, you can bring in Python data via Python connector, and you can also do Python Power Query transforms. So if you're familiar with the R integration in the product, it's basically the same stuff coming into the desktop, but from a Python perspective.
Thank you to the wonderful Justina. And with this, we are wrapping up. You've seen the work that we've done on really bringing the full enterprise power of BI to Power BI, self-service data prep, AI. This is all about really making BI pervasive across the whole organization, bringing a true data culture to everyone. So please join us in that revolution. Thank you very much. And don't forget to fill out your evaluation.